Victor Gyökeres has been a letdown in his early days wearing the Arsenal shirt. After a 54-goal explosion at Sporting, he was expected to become the Gunners' #1 striker. But against Villarreal, the Swedish forward looked completely off. So what's going on with Gyökeres at Arsenal? It's not just about fitness or personal form, it's a combination of complex factors: tactics, the playing environment, massive expectations, and internal competition. One clear and basic reason why Gyökeres hasn't had the start people hoped for at Arsenal is his lack of fitness and preparation before the season kicked off. According to Mikel Arteta, Gyökeres didn't take part in a single official training session for nearly 2 months after leaving Sporting Lisbon. The transfer dragged on, he had a personal break, and all of that meant he entered pre-season without a proper physical base. "He's only been with us for about a week," Arteta said after the match, "but we've already seen a lot, especially in the way he attacks certain spaces." Before the friendly against Nuremberg, he barely had 5 or 6 training sessions with the team. That's way too little time for a new signing to adapt to a league as physically intense as the Premier League, let alone get up to speed with the tactical demands Arteta is known for. The result? The Swedish striker came on the pitch without being at 100% in terms of stamina, pace, and match sharpness. And when his fitness isn't there, he loses the very weapons that made him a beast at Sporting: explosive sprints, relentless high pressing, and pure strength in the box. At Lisbon, Gyökeres wasn't just a goalscorer, he was the first line of pressing. He chased down defenders with smart, aggressive pressure that forced mistakes and opened chances for his teammates. At Arsenal, that hasn't shown up yet. His pressing feels soft, not fast enough to truly trouble the opposition. On the ball, he looks sluggish and imprecise. He breaks the attacking rhythm, misses the chance to help build momentum. Without full fitness, he doesn't have the confidence to twist and turn in tight spaces, especially against physically dominant center backs. Another big issue? He hasn't fully integrated into the team. Since he arrived quite late in the summer window, Gyökeres didn't have enough time to get familiar with Arteta's complicated tactics. He's still struggling to sync up with Arsenal's controlled, slow build-up style. Just look at the Bochum game. His runs were almost always out of sync with the midfield and forward line. He barely connected with players like Martin Odegaard, Gabriel Martinelli, or Bukayo Saka, guys who are used to linking up with strikers like Gabriel Jesus or Kai Havertz, who naturally drop deep and link play. Gyökeres still lacks that short passing chemistry. He doesn't combine well in tight spaces, often finds himself in the wrong spot in the box, which leaves him isolated and cut off from the ball. In Arteta's system, a striker has to open up space for others and join in quick combinations, something Gyökeres hasn't nailed yet. Another big reason? His playing style doesn't really fit the system Arteta is running. At Sporting, Gyökeres played in a 3-4-3 or 3-4-2-1. He was the tip of the spear, the focus of every attack. There he had room to turn, bulldoze forward, and strike with clinical one-touch finishes. The direct counter-attacking play at Sporting was perfect for his physicality and killer instinct. But Arsenal is a whole different story. Arteta's 4-3-3 system is all about ball control, and it demands a lot from the central striker. He's not just there to score, he's got to hold the ball up, drop deep to link play, connect with midfielders, and help build from the back. That's a tough ask, especially for someone coming from a league like Primera Liga, where the tempo and pressure are lower. Even Jesus, who's naturally good at link-up play, has struggled with this role. And Gyökeres? He's more of a power and speed guy than a technical orchestrator. On top of that, Arsenal's attack heavily leans toward the wings, especially the right where Bukayo Saka runs the show. That leaves Gyökeres starving in the middle. He's not getting the kind of service he got at Sporting, where his teammates would feed him constantly in scoring positions. At Arsenal, he's just another body in the box, not the focal point. Then, there's the pressure, and it's a heavy one. Gyökeres came in for £64 million. That blockbuster price tag instantly came with huge expectations from fans and media. And to top it off, he was handed the number 14 shirt, the one Thierry Henry made legendary. Wearing that number isn't just an honor, it's a weight. And for a newcomer in the ruthless Premier League, it's a lot to carry. Every touch he makes is under a microscope. In his first start against Bayern, he only touched the ball 14 times and managed just 2 weak shots. Social media didn't let it slide. The only thing 14 about him was his touches. That kind of criticism doesn't just hurt his image, it chips away at his confidence. Right now, Gyökeres looks like he's playing with fear. He's hesitant, unsure, not the instinctive finisher who smashed in 43 goals last season for Sporting. What Gyökeres needs, more than anything, is time, but also a patient environment where he can breathe, let go of the pressure, and find himself again. Arsenal's short-term goal is to prep him for the Premier League opener against Manchester United. I think he's already started to build some relationships off the pitch, which I think is important, said Arteta. Will he be ready for Old Trafford? Mentally and tactically, yes. He knows what he has to do, and he's very eager and confident. So, should we panic about Gyökeres? Absolutely not. This slow start isn't a sign of failure. It's not that he's suddenly a bad player. We're looking at a situation shaped by multiple overlapping factors: poor fitness due to a lack of training, slow tactical adaptation, a system that doesn't suit his strengths, and enormous mental pressure. But Arteta still believes in him. The Spanish coach is confident Gyökeres will be ready physically for United. And if Arsenal can give him the right support within their tactical setup, there's no reason he can't bring out the same explosive qualities he showed at Sporting. The question now is, will Arteta tweak his system to unlock Gyökeres' strengths, or will he stick to his current philosophy and expect the Swedish striker to adapt? That's going to be a key test, not just for the player, but for the manager too, as Arsenal chase silverware in the 2025-26 season.